Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I welcome you to my model train layout update. I am not planning for this to be an unboxing video. I just want to indicate what may happen if you decide to get into this hobby. Instead of spending my money on booze, women and gambling, I have been allocating more and more of my disposable income on model trains. My life has cleaned up considerably. Apart from buying a whole bunch of stuff I never knew I needed, I have been working on my background scenery. I'm not exactly the creative type, so it has been a bit of a struggle at times. But given my abilities and the free time, I think I've progressed quite well, and I'm pretty happy with the result so far. So let me show you what I have achieved since the last video. This is still very much a work in progress, but I've reached a point where I can actually enjoy looking at it. Finished placing what I call the core scenery elements, and now I just need to add a lot more finer detail to finish off the scene. So along the bottom, I've got a whole bunch of bushes made out of this coconut fiber, and also some of these are made with synthetic pillow stuffing. Um, I've used a whole bunch of different woodland scenics products like static grass, underbrush, or a fine ground cover to make these. Then I moved on to placing self-made forest canopy that's made with plants that I found in my backyard and just applied. Obviously, I dried them and painted them a bit and applied some woodland scenic scatter to it. And of course, along the bottom, I've got some super trees. Now, if I pan over to the right, you'll see that I have a third module that I've recently built ready to be scenic. I plan to work on this soon. The corner module is proving to be a bit of a challenge. I need to transition from one type of rock strata to another. Having invested quite a bit of effort and time into this piece of scenery, I don't want to really redo it if I can help it. I will definitely have to improve on it. Also, recently, it fell on the floor, took a bit of a tumble, and the trees got mangled. So I need to fix that. Now, I don't plan to have any rivers on my layout at this point, but when this thing fell on the floor, you can be assured a free-flowing river of profanities followed. So here is the corner module I've been working on for a while, sort of on and off. Don't really know what I'm doing, but hopefully at some point I will arrive at a working solution. And through this gap, I will have a road coming through part of the town where all the railroad action happens. This road will continue on for a bit until it reaches what I plan to be a small freight depot in this area. I purchased these Walthers Golden Valley depot kit. It will probably double up also as a small passenger station. I don't have much space in here, but according to the dimensions on the box, the structure is 6.5 inch by 3 3/8, and the platform probably extends to maybe 7 inch across and 5 deep. I think I'll actually crack it open and have a look. Might as well see what's the actual footprint of this depot is. I took measurements of the walls and cut this foam block to represent the station building. And so that gives me some idea what this structure will look like there. I think it will fit all right. I'll do like a car park next to it. I purchased two ready-made structures by Walthers, and these buildings will go along the road there. I plan to purchase another building and add to it, but for now I've got this block of foam representing a third structure. It could go there. I like to add a food type of business next to it, some sort of a fast food restaurant or a diner, and then a car park. Recently I purchased this whole bag of second-hand cars. They're X layout, got them off eBay. Now I want the road to be wide enough to have two-way traffic, one lane each, plus enough shoulder space for parallel parking. As far as I know, these vehicles are made by Lifelike. They come from the auto carrier train rail cars. They're totally hollow inside. There's no actual body, just a shell. But they're good enough for just mocking up a scene. I'm not modeling any particular era or railroad, but I do sort of plan to run early diesels most of the time, 4-axle, especially given my layout has very tight curves. But ultimately I will run anything that can run on this layout. I guess if I have to specify a time period for this layout, it would be most likely like a 20-year span from 1950 to 1970 maybe, just as a very rough guide. So one busy road, all right. I have this Chinese restaurant made by Walthers that I've built some time ago. I put this here temporarily. You may ultimately go to the other side of the layout, but as far as I know, thousands of Chinese immigrants helped build the railroad in the western United States. So it's plausible that there's their descendants living in the area, and obviously you have to have a restaurant to go along with it. Then we have the car park next to it. This is the station car park, and as the more I think about it, the more I'm inclined to make this depot a full-time passenger station and just extend the platform as far as I can both ways. designed this layout mainly for watching trains go around, but I do still want to have the option to do some simple switching operations. I plan to have a couple of industries on the layout. I bought this second-hand, mostly completed freight house kit, um, which I plan to place around here, and that will be maybe general freight house, or maybe a business that supplies some farming products. I haven't decided yet what it will be, but I want something that can receive a good range of rail cars. I feel like in this far corner, I should probably put a taller structure here, perhaps a water tower. It happens so that my friend has bought himself a 3D printer recently and has kindly printed me this water tower. So I'd say once painted and weathered, that will look quite nice. And I could put it there. So this is my rough idea for this part of the layout. Now I just have to run some trains, do some switching operations, and see if this setup actually works for me. So now let's move on to the other side of the layout. The second industry on my layout will be represented by this Walther's Golden Valley canning structure. I started working on it, and that's what it looks like so far. It won't be a cannery, but it will be some sort of a food-related industry. This road will have a grade crossing, and then it will continue on over the tracks at the far end via a bridge of some sort. On this side, I may have a gas station and some light commercial type of business. I do not want to see the trains going around this curve, so I will either put some hills or maybe dense forest to block that from view. The last thing I plan to do is put a signal tower around this area here. So that's a basic plan for this part of the layout so far. And this concludes this layout update. If you're still watching that late into the video, then perhaps you found it interesting or just been enjoying the content. If so, consider liking the video, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.